Part 98. Three Kingdoms, I Have a Job Transfer Palace. Author, Strong Wine Burns the Heart. Chapter 973. Hearing what Lu Feng said, the sword master suddenly laughed. Brother Lu, you are really good at joking. Even I am no match for you. How can the city lord defeat you? It's not that Juggernaut doesn't believe in Dugu Yufang's strength, it's just because when the two of them played against each other before, Lu Feng's strength far exceeded him. And Dugu Yufang is not the opponent of Juggernaut at all, so it's just ETA Euro trademark just a matter of recognizing the facts. Those who understand current affairs are heroes, and the sword master naturally knows this truth. What a Euro trademark more, Lu Feng said that the martial ethics displayed are decent enough, and there is nothing that cannot be said. In fact, to be honest with my seniors, I specifically look for experts to challenge, and I have my own reasons. Oh. If it's convenient, why not tell me? I want to prove my strength and at the same time be the strongest in the world. The sword master smiled and said, it seems that I am right about it, but it may not be that easy to become the strongest person in the world. I don't care, he is still the hegemon of Tianxia. He is the strongest person in the martial arts world today. It is impossible not to defeat him. That's why I need to prove my strength to the seniors first. If possible, I hope the seniors can help me testify. In case I defeat Xiong Ba in the future, he won a Euro trademark T admitted. Although Xianba is very powerful, everyone in the world knows what his character is, otherwise the world would not suffer for a long time. So when Lu Feng expressed his thoughts, not only did the sword master not feel the idea is not good, but I think it is very stable and a good idea. Brother Lu, you really don't a Euro trademark T look like your peers. You look very stable. Seniors deserve the award, I'm just working hard towards my goal. While talking, the two of them came directly to the hall. Dugu Fang was drinking tea in the hall at this time. He had already ordered not to see the people of Longwu section after seeing the sword master coming, he was very happy. But I didn't a Euro trademark T expect that Lu Feng would appear in front of me behind the sword master. Who is this? This is a person from Longwu sect, and he is here to ask you for advice. After hearing this, Dugu Yufang was shocked. The current Dugu Yang knows better than anyone else that he is always a fake. In fact, you are not as strong as the real Dugu Yang at all. Although I don't know what is the strength of the opponent, but if he cannot defeat the opponent, Dugu Yufang's identity will be exposed immediately. Lu Feng also noticed the change in Dugu Yufang's expression, but he just didn't say it. Lord Dugu, I came here this time to ask for advice from the Lord. Why don't a Euro trademark T we discuss it, and then I will leave immediately. Didn't a Euro trademark T I tell my servants before that I didn't a Euro trademark T see the people from Longwu sect, Dugu Fang showed an angry expression. At this time, the sword master came to smooth things over. Brother, don't be angry, I asked him to come in with me, it's no one else's business. When he heard that it was the sword master who had brought someone here, Dugu Fang didn't know what to say for a moment. Suddenly, Dugu Fang became very uncomfortable, and he didn't know how to reply. At this time, Lu Feng continued to step forward. Senior Dugu, you still granted my wish. Three Kingdoms, I Have a Job Transfer Palace. Author, Strong Wine Burns the Heart. Chapter 974. Lu Feng once again brought up the martial arts competition, which made Dugu Yufang unable to get off the stage at all. The sword master said, why don't you grant his wish, brother, but I have to remind you that even I can't beat this young man. When Dugu Fang heard this, he was instantly shocked. It can be seen from his expression that he does not believe what the sword master just said. Brother, don't make such a joke, otherwise your wisdom will be ruined in one day. I'm not joking. When have you ever seen me joking in this way? The sword master's answer was very serious and affirmative. I have competed with this young man before, and I am no match for him. Seeing such an affirmative answer, although Tugufang was shocked, he suddenly felt very lucky. If even the sword master is not the opponent of this young man, then it seems that his defeat by him is not a big deal. After all, in comparison, Tugu Yufang is definitely not the opponent of the sword master. Even if it is really a disastrous defeat, it will be justified at that time. At this time, Lu Feng once again brought up the matter of the competition. Tugu Yufang could only nod silently since you eat a Euro trademark s a warm invitation, so I can a Euro trademark T continue to refuse. That's it, let's stop there. Anyway, I'm not your opponent, just treat it as entertainment. In fact, saying this is also to give himself a step down and find an explanation for himself later. Lu Feng naturally understood this, but he did not say it directly. What Lu Feng wanted was just proof of defeating various masters. As long as being able to do this, what if this Tugu Yufang is fake? Anyway, for his own purposes, Lu Feng does not need to expose the other party directly. While talking, the two came outside the house with their respective swords. Both sides bowed to each other. Respectfully, the competition began. But before starting, Lu Feng took the initiative to say to the Sword Master Senior, "This is a competition between me and the Lord of Dugu City. Please avoid it first. I'll let you know the result after we finish the comparison." When the Sword Master heard this, although he didn't know why the other party made such a decision, he showed respect and returned to the house temporarily. In fact, this was done to facilitate Tugu. Even if Lu Feng didn't use his full strength to let go, fight against the opponent, but if the Tugu in front of you cannot perform at the level he deserves, the Juggernaut, as a person with superb strength, can still see it. Then it will really be unreasonable. So in order to prevent such a thing from happening, Lu Feng simply eliminated it from the source. "Senior Tugu, please enlighten me." After saying that, Lu Feng took the initiative to attack. However, when he really came into contact with the opponent, he immediately started to let go. Since this Tugu Yufang is just a stand-in, his strength is definitely not that good. If he doesn't let go, we'll definitely lose miserably. Therefore, before the formal competition, Lu Feng has already thought about it. This time, he only needs to delay the competition for a little time and let the water go. The most important thing is to be able to hide the truth and let the Sword Shen believe that all this had really happened. When the opponent attacked, Tugu Yufang originally thought it would be very strong, and had already made plans to surrender after only 2 or 3 moves. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. 3 Kingdoms, I Have a Job Transfer Palace. Author, Strong Wine Burns the Heart. Chapter 975. It was only after the two actually fought that Tugu Fang realized that it was not what he thought. I originally thought that the opponent would kill them, but they only used some basic sword skills. Although he felt very confused, Tugu Yufang quickly calmed down. It's just that he couldn't figure it out. The sword master had clearly said before that he was no match for Lu Feng, but the strength he showed now was completely different from what he said just now. I'm still in the process of testing, and I really can't figure out why. But just when he felt doubtful, Lu Feng suddenly rushed in front of him. "Senior Tugu, I know you are just a substitute, but it doesn't matter to me, as long as I can defeat you. So as long as you testify for me that I defeated you, I will naturally not expose your identity. This will be good for both you and me. What do you think?" After Tugu Yufang heard this, he was instantly shocked. He never thought that his secret would be known to this young man he had never met before. What is certain is that the only thing that made him become a stand-in was the real Tugu Yufang knew and arranged this matter, and no third person knew about it. So when he was thinking about this matter, he didn't know what to say. In order to ensure that the outside world the sound of fighting continued, so that the sword master could not be suspicious, Lu Feng stood directly on the spot, gently touching Dugu Yufang's sword with his own sword, making the clear sound disappear between the two, pretending that they were still fighting. Senior Dugu, you don't a Euro trademark T need to worry about how I know your identity. You just need to consider what I just proposed. Anyway, I have defeated the sword master before, so defeating you is not a surprise. Indeed, it's exactly what Lu Feng said. As long as he can promise not to tell the truth about Dugu Yufang, what's the harm in proving that he defeated himself? The sword master also said that he lost just now, so it's basically no problem. No problem, the two of us have reached a deal. Lu Feng's dumplings were slightly raised. Then I'll thank you, senior. But the fight between the two of us cannot stop now, it will take at least one stick of incense. Why? Dugu Yufang thought. Lu Feng suddenly regretted it. Senior, please think carefully. If the battle between the two of us ends too quickly, Senior Sword Master will become suspicious. Dugu Yufang nodded. He already understood the other party's intention, so there was no need to say anything more. In the next period of time, Dugu Yufang and Lu Feng pretended to fight. In fact, this cannot be said in a strict sense. The two people were still fighting seriously, but the level was not as high. After waiting for a stick of incense, Dugu Yufang threw away the sword in his hand, and Lu Feng pointed his sword at the opponent, just like the duel with the sword master. Same. I lost, and I am convinced that I lost. He is truly worthy of being the one who defeated my brother. Dugu Yufang's ability to pretend is pretty good, as if that's really what happened. The two of them took back their swords and then returned to the house. Brother, this young man is really powerful. Three Kingdoms, I have a job transfer palace. Author, Strong Wine Burns the Heart. Chapter 976. As soon as he entered the house, Dugu Fang said to the sword master, this young man is really powerful. I am not his opponent. Now that you say you have lost to him before, I believe it. I have told you a long time ago that you should not have any psychological burden. Now you finally believe me. The sword master doesn't think it's shameful that he lost to Lu Feng, and he accepts the result calmly. The two seniors are very complimentary. I only won the victory because of luck. Senior Dugu is indeed very strong. He truly deserves to be the younger brother of the sword master. Now that brother Lu has already fought against the lord of Dugu city, who are you going to go to next? The sword master asked proactively. Next, I want to find Senior Wu Ming and Senior Zhu Wuxian, but their whereabouts are uncertain, and I don't a Euro trademark T know when they will be found. If the two seniors know about it, please let me know or give me a recommendation. We don't a Euro trademark T know where they are either. Just like what you just said, they come and go without a trace. Even the sword master has said this. I'm afraid it will be even more difficult for Lu Buletin and Ma Chao to find these two people. Just when Lu Feng thought there was no hope, the sword master suddenly said, why don't you go to Wuxianzhu Palace? Looking around. Zhuo Shen is the master of Wuxianzhu Palace. Although he may not be in the palace all the time, it doesn't matter if he is there for the rest of his life. However, this Zhu Wuxian is cunning and cunning, he will do whatever it takes to achieve his goals, and his martial arts skills are extremely strong, so you should be more careful. Thank you for your advice, senior. I will definitely be more careful when I go this time, and I will definitely not cause trouble to the Central Plains. That's good. If you need any help, you can come to us. Now that we know where Zhu Wuxian is, Lu Feng will definitely go there in person. But according to the original plot of Fenjian World, Zhu Wuxian should have appeared after Xiong Ba was defeated by Fenjian and the others. Now go find him. It is indeed very possible to break the original timeline. But it is better to let these villains appear earlier, so that they can truly rule the world of wind and cloud. Lu Feng does not want to waste time and has to wait until the tyrant is defeated before letting Zhu Wuxian appear. It's just that the Washinju Palace is far away in Japan and not in the Central Plains, so it's a long way to go this time, and we don't know what will happen. We informed Ma Chao and Lu Buletin in advance and asked them to concentrate on looking for Wu Ming. There is no need for other things. Pay no attention to it, and then Lu Feng went to Japan. He took a boat out to sea and stayed on the boat for almost a month before Lu Feng arrived in Japan. After asking the locals, he learned the location of Wushenju Palace. And then came here. As soon as I came to the door, I saw a group of people being kicked out, and the person who kicked out the group of people was cursing and looked very unfriendly. I listened nearby, only later did I find out that the people who were kicked out were here to kick the gym, but because of their lack of strength, they were kicked out before they could face Ju Wushan. I did na Euro trademark T expect that they could still meet him here in Japan. For such a thing, just as this group of people left, Lu Feng directly said to the person who just kicked them out, I'm also here to kick the gym. Just you? You are not from here, right? Yes, if you can defeat me, I will tell you where I come from. 3 Kingdoms, I have a job transfer palace. Author, Strong Wine Burns the Heart. Chapter 977. Lu Feng said this deliberately because he knew that the other party had a bad temper, so he said this to show his disdain for the other party and would arouse the other party's anger. Since you took the initiative to come here to die, don't blame us for being rude. While speaking, the other party waved his hand, and several disciples ran out from inside. Lu Feng sneered, these disciples were no match for him. He pulled out the scabbard directly, and in the blink of an eye, the ones who had just come out, these addresses, as well as several guards at the door, had their throats cut and fell to the ground. Anyway, there is no need to show mercy to the people of Wushenju Palace. The people here all have the same virtue. Even today, after defeating them, they will definitely go to the Central Plains to cause trouble in the future. Instead of doing this, it is better to come here directly to eradicate the roots to avoid future troubles. Seeing so many disciples being killed directly, they were still fierce and evil before. Suddenly, there were expressions of fear in the shrine. Before the opponent could react, Lu Feng sealed his throat with his sword and killed him. Entering the Wushenju Palace, Lu Feng directly activated the killing method. Mode: kill the opponent without leaving any room, and will never let anyone go. There is a saying that is good: if the grass is cut without eradicating the root, the spring breeze will grow again. Lu Feng will never allow this to happen to him. On the body. And I have promised the sword master before that when I come to Wushenju Palace this time, I will never cause trouble for the Central Plains. So just kill all the people here, and this problem will not exist. Gradually, as we walked inside, more and more people appeared. But no matter how many people appeared, one came to kill one, two came to kill a pair. It was not until almost all the people on the periphery were killed that Lu Feng saw Ju Wushan. Appeared in front of myself. Where did this young boy come from? How dare he act so recklessly in my Wushenju Palace? You finally came out, and you said you had to wait until everyone in your palace was killed before you showed up. If that's the case, let's have a fight. Lu Feng talked so much nonsense to the other party from a distance that he didn't even need any explanation. Anyway, he just had to kill the other party. After saying that, Lu Feng rushed over with the arrow. His speed was so fast that he could only kill the other party. Anyone who passes by a human figure will be killed directly by the sword shadow. Zhuo Shen took a closer look and knew that the young man in front of him was not a virtuous person. He directly activated his immortal golden body and blocked the attack just now. Attack. Lu Feng also deliberately forced the opponent directly into the immortal golden body, otherwise it would be impossible to defeat the opponent no matter what. He took 2 steps back slightly, waved his hand, and turned into countless sword shadows. 10,000 swords returned to the clan. Lu Feng pointed out with the sword master's moves. When countless sword shadows hit the immortal golden body, only bursts of collisions between metals were heard. All the vegetation on the scene was cut open, and even many cracks appeared on the ground. Zhuo Shen, indeed, it's so powerful that Lu Feng doesn't dare to neglect it. While controlling the sword shadow, he is also closing the distance between the two parties. Absolutely no god, I want to see how long you can hold on. The immortal golden body is indeed a very powerful move, but it also consumes a lot of internal energy and cannot be used continuously for a long time. Otherwise, Zhu Wuxian's internal energy will be completely consumed before long. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Three Kingdoms, I Have a Job Transfer Palace. Author, Strong Wine Burns the Heart. Chapter 978. Two people are competing with each other to see who will win. It's just that other people in Wuxianju Palace took advantage of this moment to attack Lu Feng. When they thought they were about to succeed, they were directly pierced through the chest by the sword. For Lu Feng, it was only a matter of a moment to kill them. Even if he was distracted and killed them, it would not affect the battle between him and Zhu Wuxian. Now in the Wuxianju Palace, almost everyone else is dead, and only the last few people are left standing there, not knowing what to do. When they discovered that they were no match for Lu Feng, they all gave up the idea of a euro continuing to attack. What are you all doing? Don't give it to me yet. Zhu Wuxian gave an order, causing these disciples to pick up their swords one after another and attack Lu Feng directly. Lu Feng knew what the other party was thinking. Zhu Wuxian wanted to let him find it through the interference of other people. Opportunity to deal with Lu Feng. But the latter did not let him do whatever he wanted. No matter how long he waited, even if all the people around him were killed, there was still no time to fight back. Zhuo Shen won unexpectedly. One day there would be such a strong opponent coming to play. Lu Feng smiled and looked so at ease. Zhu Wuxian frowned after seeing this situation. Thinking that his strength is already very strong, and he has an immortal golden body to protect him, few people can force it to this point. Not to mention the young man in front of him, he can actually make him use countless. Destroying the golden body is something that I never expected. The young man in front of me looks like he is only in his early 20s. It is really shocking that he can possess such powerful skills. Zhu Wuxian, I came here to kill you today, so you should die. Lu Feng knew that Zhu Wuxian was as powerful as Xiong Ba, and there was no way to defeat them with Lu Buletin and Ma Chao alone. Even if Nai Feng and Buletin Jingyun came over, it would be very difficult to defeat them. Lu Feng had previously promised that Fen Jiunxianbo would be killed by them with his own hands, but he did not agree. Zhu Wuxian also needed to let them kill him. If both of them agreed, it would probably take a lot more time to rule Fen Jiun world. Therefore, Lu Feng can be said to have murderous intentions this time. There was a strong murderous intention at the scene. Whether it was Zhu Wuxian or Lu Feng, the aura released by the two people was enough to kill an ordinary martial arts practitioner. Such strength does not matter no matter where it is placed, it has enough deterrence. The internal power released by the two people is getting stronger and stronger, directly affecting the surrounding buildings. Click. Only a loud noise is heard. Lu Feng and Zhu Wuxian are released. The internal forces collided with each other, and actually produced a lightning effect, directly splitting a hole at the top of the hall behind Zhuo Shen. Immediately afterwards, other buildings on the scene also had the same effect. After Lu Feng saw this scene, with a roar, he directly released all the internal power in his body, controlled a sword in his hand, and directly hit Zhu Wuxian's immortal golden body. Originally, Zhu Wuxian thought that his immortal golden body was in an invincible position. I really didn't expect that my immortal golden body would have cracks. Three Kingdoms, I Have a Job Transfer Palace. Author, Strong Wine Burns the Heart. Chapter 979. Click. With a loud noise, Zhu Wuxian's immortal golden body was actually defeated. Lu Feng's internal strength is superior. In the collision between the two, the loser will naturally be Zhu Wuxian. It was just that Zhu Wuxian did not expect that one day he would lose to a young man in his early 20s after he had painstakingly practiced martial arts for so many years and even developed an immortal golden body. When Zhu Wuxian's immortal golden body cracked, Lu Feng took advantage of the victory and pursued it, piercing the opponent's chest like a sword, and then quickly pulled it out. After breaking the opponent's defense, he struck the opponent with several swords in succession, hitting the opponent every time. After hearing a burst of noise, Zhu Wuxian vomited blood wildly, coughed several times in a row, and finally fell to the ground. His internal energy has been almost exhausted, and even his body has been severely injured. At this moment, he can only accept the judgment of fate. Lu Feng directly sealed his throat with his sword and cut off the main artery in Zhu Wuxian's neck, causing blood to spurt out. In this way, even if there is no god and great ability, it is impossible for him to be resurrected. In order to avoid future troubles, Lu Feng also killed everyone in Wuxianju Palace, just to prevent the other party from finding the central plains in the future. Although he hasn't told the other party where Lu Feng is from, he still has to avoid this happening. After everyone in Wuxianju Palace was killed, Lu Feng left the scene. It took another month to return to the central plains. Lu Feng was the first to return to Longyumen. After getting to know the situation first, after almost 2 months of searching, Guan Yu and Ma Chao did not find Wu Ming. Instead, they were targeted by people from the Tianxia. In order to find the two of them, Xianba took great pains and arranged many people. In addition, the Tianxia has a large number of people, covering almost the entire central plains, so it is a very simple matter for Xianba. Faced with such a situation, Lu Feng felt very difficult to handle. Although Longyumen can be considered a big gang in the world now, if compared with Tianxia, it is still slightly inferior. It's not because he promised to kill Fen Jiayun and the two heroes, otherwise Lu Feng really wanted to do it himself. But it's not without any good news. After Nai Feng and Buletin Jingyun's hard training, their martial arts have now been improved again. So now if the two of them join forces, it is still possible to defeat Xiongba. That could ensure the inevitability. Before the two set out to deal with Xiongba, Lu Feng decided to test the two. Arriving at the back mountain, Lu Feng asked Nai Feng and Buletin Jingyun to show off their cultivation achievements during this period. The two demonstrated together, and Lu Feng could already clearly feel the progress of the two as soon as they used their moves. After some inspection, it can be ensured that with the current strength of the two, if they join forces, they can definitely defeat Xianba. Okay, you two are very powerful now. If you fall in love with the weapons in your hands, you can go to Xiongba for revenge. After receiving these words from Lu Feng, Nai Feng, and Buletin Jingyun both felt very happy. They had been waiting for this moment for too long, so they couldn't wait to go to Tianxia. Just in before this, I still couldn't Euro trademark T find Wu Ming, which was a pity. 3 Kingdoms, I have a job transfer palace. Author, Strong Wine Burns the Heart. Chapter 980. Before Nai Feng and Buletin Jingyun set off, Lu Feng asked them to wait for a while, and then notified everyone in Longyumen to gather in the square outside the main hall. This time heading towards the Tianxia is not just a matter for Nai Feng and Buletin Jingyun, but a major event for the entire Longwu sect. So, Lu Feng summoned everyone from Longwu sect. Listen up, brothers, starting from today, we will officially launch an attack on the Tianxia. As long as we can defeat them, our Longwu men will become the largest gang in the world. As long as we can defeat the Tianxia, other gangs will naturally not dare to make mistakes, and we can join the world together. Everyone seemed very excited after hearing this. After all, in this era of jungle, and everyone is a martial arts practitioner, they definitely want to prove their strength to the whole world. And the best way to prove strength is naturally, the most important thing is to become the overlord of the world's martial arts. Only in this way can the martial arts people in the world truly recognize their own strength. When these people joined the Longwu sect, it was precisely because they saw the power of Ma Chao and Lu Buletin. Only with strength will they be attracted. Otherwise, it is impossible for anyone to join the sect that they have never heard of. But that is just the past tense. From the establishment of Longwu sect to now, in just a few months, within a short period of time, it has become a big sect known all over the world. No matter who it is, the same thing has never happened in the entire world. Everyone get ready, we will set off early tomorrow morning. Yes. After saying that, everyone dispersed. Everyone went back to prepare their own things, mainly some luggage. And when I thought that the world could be wiped out immediately, I was very excited, and I would definitely prepare a lot of things to take advantage of. Weapons. The style of the Tianziawai in the world is already well known to everyone. Everyone knows how many bad things they have done. Therefore, being able to eradicate the Tianziawai will not only prove the strength of Longwu sect, but also help why not get rid of a big scourge in the world. While everyone was still packing their things, Lu Feng summoned Fen Jiayun, Ma Chao, and Lu Buletin. In the main hall, except for them, 5 and no one else is there. Gang leader, I wonder what you called us here for, Buletin Jingyun asked. Of course I want to tell you about the eradication of the Tianziawai. Wasn't this matter made very clear during the day? Get ready tonight and set off together tomorrow morning. That is true, but those are not directed at you. Having said this, the other 4 people felt a little confused. It seems that the 4 of them still have some special tasks to deal with. Lu Feng continued, the big army will definitely set off together tomorrow morning, but you 4 different. The 4 of you will set off immediately tonight without any delay. And you have to move in 2 waves. Fen Jiayun and you will naturally be in one group, and Ma Chao and Lu Buletin will be in one group, walking in different directions. Does the gang leader want us to catch the other party off guard first? Nai Feng has already guessed Lu Feng's thoughts. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. 3 Kingdoms, I Have a Job Transfer Palace. Author, Strong Wine Burns the Heart. Chapter 981. Lu Feng nodded. That's right. Dealing with people like Tianziawai and Xianba cannot be so upright. They don't know how many black hands they have in private. We must be just in case. You guys go first. First kill some of the opponent's guards on the outside. Only in this way can our large troops enter easily. Yes, Lita Euro trademark S set off now. The 4 people said in unison. Then, they left Longwu men together. As for Lu Feng, there was definitely no need to be in such a hurry. He decided to wait until the next morning to set off with the large army. If the large army did not even have a replacement, it is easy to be disintegrated by the other party. It just so happens that I can have a good rest tonight. It has only been 2 days since I came back from Japan, and I need to adjust my state. There was nothing to say all night. Early the next morning, Lu Feng was there. The center of the square is waiting for everyone to gather. After confirming that everyone is here, let everyone set off to the location of Tianziawai. Even if it is a forced march, it will take almost 3 days to get from Longwumen to Tianziawai. 4 days. This is the time it takes for a large force, but if 4 people leave in advance, their mobility is relatively strong, and their light skills are naturally higher than the strength of the large force, so it takes about 2 days you can reach the location of Tianziawai. The location of Tianziawai is not a secret. Everyone in the world has long known it. But the reason why they have done so many bad things and no one does anything to them is entirely because of Tianziawai. The overall strength of the guild is very strong. But now that Longwumen is here, it is naturally not as difficult to deal with them as before. After a few days, the large force will finally reach its destination soon. but there is only about a day left during the trip. Lu Feng had already received 2 letters from Fei Jie. Ma Chao, Lu Buletin, Nai Feng, and Buletin Jingyun, the 4 of them have now arrived at the outskirts of the Tianxiahui. And according to the previous instructions, they have already, after successfully killing all the soldiers on the periphery. Lu Feng is now waiting for the arrival of the large army and Lu Feng's reply. After writing 2 letters, one to each of the 4 people, Lu Feng made the large army move faster. Faster. The content in the letter is actually very simple. While ensuring that people from the Tianxiahui are not discovered, kill as many of their men as possible first to reduce the opponent's numerical advantage. In this way, when the large army of the sect arrives at the Tianxiahui, they can increase their winning rate. Maybe it can only reduce 1, 2 or 3 people, but even though there are only so few, in the real battle, the difference in strength is huge. It may appear. On Lu Buletin and Ma Chao's side, the 2 of them came to the east of Tianxiahui. After they received Lu Feng's reply, they began to prepare for action. Because in front of them, when they had just arrived after observation, I discovered that there is a watchtower. If this watchtower can be eliminated and replaced with our own people, then the entire area equivalent to the east will belong to Longwu men. But this watchtower is easy to defend. It is difficult to attack. It seems that it is not that easy for just the 2 of them to take down this watchtower. 3 Kingdoms, I have a job transfer palace. Author, Strong Wine Burns the Heart. Chapter 982. The 2 of them decided to observe again and make sure it was correct before taking action. As time passed, the 2 decided to look for hands-on opportunities in different directions. After the left and right separated, they quietly came to the bottom of the watchtower and bypassed the patrol at the top, but they were not in a hurry to kill the guards. If we kill the guards here without any preparation and cannot keep up with the follow-up actions, we will easily be discovered by the people of Tianxiahui, and all our efforts will be wasted. The enemy is in the open and I am in the dark. This is the best opportunity for the world. Ma Chao and Lu Buletin looked around the watchtower respectively. After confirming the situation here, after discussion, they finally decided to take action tonight. Anyway, no matter how fast the large army is, it will still take at least 1 day to reach here. It just so happens that we will capture the eastern watchtower area tonight. When the large forces arrive here tomorrow night, we can have a good night's rest and start again the next day. The 2 people looked at each other, nodded, and then killed the people patrolling around them. With the strength of Ma Chao and Lu Buletin, these guards are naturally no match for them. Before the other party could react, he had already been brutally attacked by the 2 men and fell to the ground. In addition, Ma Chao and Lu Buletin moved very quickly and caught the opponent with their hands when they fell. Their movements were very light, so they did not make any noise at all, and people in the watchtower naturally would not notice. After killing all the guards around the watchtower, Ma Chao and Lu Buletin guarded the 2 exits of the watchtower. It was just right to surround the entire watchtower, because they had observed before that the entire watchtower only had the front door and the back door. Even though there are some small windows in addition, the openings of these windows are very small, not enough for an adult to get through here. Unless these soldiers can use bone reduction surgery, it is still very possible. But how can these little soldiers master martial arts that require relatively high strength, such as bone shrinkage? The 2 people did not choose to rush into the watchtower directly from the door. Anyway, as long as they could ensure that the people inside could not get out, they could be cut off from the outside world. There is no need to let them know that the outside has been occupied by Ma Chao and Lu Bu anyway. If they find that the soldiers who patrolled before have not returned for a long time, they will definitely come out to check the situation. When the time comes, Ma Chao and Lu Buletin will directly guard the door. The moment they come out, they will kill the people who come out. Then all you need to do is wait quietly. After almost a stick of incense, I heard someone in the watchtower asking questions to the patrolling soldiers. It seemed like they were about to come out. Just when the opponent's head had just popped up and his whole body hadn't even left the door, he was killed directly by Chow. As for Lu Buletin, if he didn't notice anyone coming out, he was guarding the back door after all. However, after something happened at the front door, the people who were going into the tower began to become a little anxious. They knew that there were people at the front door that they could not defeat, so they simply wanted to escape through the back door. At this time, it was Lu Buletin's time to show off his talents. When one person comes out, kill one, and when two come out, kill a pair directly. Anyway, these ordinary guards couldn't be Lu Buletin's opponents, otherwise they wouldn't be just guards.